Welcome back, everyone. Sheepdog Smokey here, and this one's not a surprise. Sanctuary City, Oakland, near broke, will use gas tax money to keep lights on. The city of Oakland is in such dire financial straits that it is planning to use $2.9 million from state gas tax revenues to keep the city's lights on, rather than using the money to fix pothole-riddled roads for which the funding was intended. The San Francisco Chronicle reported Wednesday that the city is facing severe shortfalls, despite a booming economy that has seen wealthier households relocate from San Francisco across the bay to gentrifying neighborhoods. The problem is that the city's costs are rising faster than its growing revenues, thanks partly to pension obligations. Of course, why would you want to pay your retirees? An increasingly common challenge for large Democrat-run cities that made ambitious promises to public sector unions. As Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf, famous for tipping off illegal aliens to an impending federal law enforcement sweep, in an effort to defend her sanctuary city, noted in her recent budget statement to the City Council last week. Though cranes are rising across the skyline and Oakland's revenues are growing at a steady rate due to strong real estate markets, the city's expenses continue to rise faster than revenues. Personnel-related expenses, particularly the cost of medical benefits and pensions, as well as insurance, utilities, and fuel costs, are growing at 2 to 3 times the rate of inflation and revenue growth. The deficit for this year will be $25 million. As a result, the Chronicle notes, Oakland, which is generously extending benefits to illegal aliens, can barely keep its streetlights on. To deal with the crisis, the city is shifting money from pothole repair to street lighting, even though the money raised by the 2017 gas tax must be used for transportation. The Chronicle notes that Oakland believes that the street lighting qualifies. Enter the state gas tax. The mayor is proposing to use the $2.9 million to pay for street lighting portion of the shortfall, then use the savings to keep the parks open. According to Article 19 of the state constitution, gas tax money is to be used for the research, planning, construction, improvement, maintenance, and operation of public streets and highways and their related public facilities for non-motorized traffic. Oakland officials feel that gives them the cover to use the tax money to light the streets as well. The city will still apparently have their other funds, both from the gas tax and its own revenues, to use for pothole repair, though less than it would be otherwise would have had. Republicans have attempted to repeal the gas tax hike in a 2018 ballot initiative, but the state government gave the measure a misleading title. As a result, the measure failed, though polls showed a majority of Californians opposed the hike. The budget notes that the city will spend $150,000 per year on a legal fund to assist illegal aliens facing deportation. Here it is, folks. I don't know if anyone watching this lives in California at all, or Oakland specifically, but the Oakland city government has now said that because we're spending money on illegals, we don't have enough money to fix potholes and keep the lights on. So you're going to have to drive on potholes, and we're not going to stop defending criminals in our country who are facing deportation. Now, we do have a light in this tunnel, though. We've already had a judge in the Northeast arrested because she was aiding illegal immigrants. So perhaps we might see Mayor Libby Schaaf and others in California likewise told, I'm sorry, you're breaking United States law. That's a crime. Come with me. Here are your new bracelets. Click. This is abhorrent, and it should be just unacceptable for anyone to be told by their city government, yes, I realize we're broke because we're defending criminals, but we're still going to defend the criminals, and we're just not going to do anything for you. This, of course, from a state that has normalized assault by thugs in masks if you're wearing a red hat. We're nearing the tipping point. California's economy, while booming, is being bled dry by high state taxes. People at one point were deserting and leaving San Francisco in such high numbers that there were no U-Haul trucks at one point. Right now, it appears people might have left San Francisco for the Oakland area, but how long of being told, I'm sorry, yes, the roads are horrible and you're having to repair your tires every other day, But we can't fix those because we have to keep the lights on and defend illegal aliens who are facing deportation. How long of that would you even tolerate, let alone accept, before you moved out? We already have New York auditing people who are trying to leave the state, bleeding them for every cent they can in taxes. How long before California does something similar? I've made predictions that we're going to see a departure from the state tax of 50% of your net worth. And yeah, that is a rather wild prediction, but I could see something along those lines. You know, well, I know it's only January, but we're going to need to collect the income tax you would have paid for the entire year since you lived here for at least one day, because we need that money to defend illegal aliens and to not repair potholes. We're not far from seeing a city like Oakland dark all night because they don't have enough money to do anything but defend illegal aliens. At that point, I would personally have ICE contact the police and say, you know, it's unsafe for you to operate in a dark city. I think we're just going to come in and solve your problem. And anyone getting in our way will be seen as aiding and abetting criminals. We're going to see police departments abandoned because their police are going to finally get tired of being told, you will only enforce the laws we like, and we will put you in jail for enforcing U.S. law if we don't like it. This is going to explode in the liberals' faces. We've already had Kate Steinle, Corporal Singh, and others murdered by illegal immigrants in California. But we have people being fined for giving out straws. We have people claiming that the tax cut, which affected 80% of American taxpayers, the other 20% being those who don't pay taxes, as a scam and only for the rich. So, of course, California raises taxes on everyone, saying, well, we have to recover what the Republicans are not giving us because they won't tax the rich. And enough idiots are idiot enough to believe it, even though they need only look at their paycheck to realize federal taxes are lower. I don't know, honestly, I don't. But this idiocy is going to lead to a city being abandoned. There's already at least one ghost town in California. How many more will be created by Democrats running their town into the ground until they cannot afford anything? Until the city government is literally just a couple of lawyers fighting in court to keep illegal aliens in the country. Until they too are no longer being paid and they walk off the job. Honestly, I don't know a way to stop it unless we can vote these idiots out and put someone into the office that knows Americans want to have our laws enforced. Maybe we should do that. It's a radical concept, I know. But I've talked about this long enough. Let me know what you think. If you live in the Oakland area or if you live in California, if you know anyone who does, please share so that they see this. I would love to get some input from Californians, especially those in Oakland, about how people feel when their government says, we can't afford to fix potholes, but we can afford to defend illegal aliens facing deportation because they're here illegally. Or how they feel when an illegal alien murders an American citizen and is not convicted. Let me know what you think, though. Keep it civil. As always, we do not learn from argument, we learn from debate. Please also remember to like, share, and comment on this video, as well as to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you are among the first to know of all new content as it is posted. Until next time, everyone have a wonderful day.